Hi guys, it's Disney Girl. Now back in 2013, Disney put out Frozen 1, which was 6 years ago. Now since then, they have obviously put out a few sort of short films for us to sort of keep that series alive. Now they have released that Frozen 2 is coming out in November, so that is going to be very exciting. We did see the very first trailer drop a couple of months ago, which was great, but it did leave a lot of holes and a lot of questions for us. Even questions like whether it was going to be able to top Frozen 1 or even be in the same league. It left questions whether we were going to be seeing Anna gain some sort of powers or whether Anna and Elsa's parents were going to actually be alive. So there was, again, a lot of questions that sort of left us with. Also, too, if we sort of look at the trailer, it definitely seems, to me, it seems a little bit more dark. We see, for example, at the very end of the trailer, I remember that Anna goes ahead and takes a sword right out and takes a slash right at the screen. So basically I was like, whoa, we've seen Anna be a little bit feisty in the past. She kind of, gives a good punch to Hans at the end of Frozen 1. But again, it was kind of well deserved, and again, I think that was sort of as violent as we ever sort of imagined Anna. So we don't know why she was doing that, sort of what the sort of circumstances were for that. And again, it's just a little bit sort of different of a turn for Frozen for sure. So I'm one of those people that now I kind of feel like, oh no, it's not going to be as good, but I'm hoping that this second trailer that they literally just put out like less than an hour ago, I'm hoping that that is going to be able to sort of clear some of that up, fill in some of the holes that we saw obviously from the first trailer. Now I haven't seen the first trailer though for like at least a month. I was actually going to be doing some predictions for like costumes and stuff like that, and possible even characters for DMK, so Disney Magic Kingdoms game. If you guys are new to that, I play it on my channel a lot. It's a Disney game. It's a bit of a world builder. You build your, kingdom of your dreams. It's a lot of fun. And so I was kind of trying to get something together, but I felt like after I saw it again, like a month ago, I felt like there wasn't enough sort of content there. So I'm hoping that this second trailer is going to sort of, again, fill in those holes, give us some more clues to the costumes and possible characters and stuff like that. So let's just dive right into this. We're going to watch the very first trailer. Again, I haven't seen it in at least a month, so that is going to kind of maybe give me a different perspective on things a little bit, of sort of at least a fresh look at it. And then we're going to go ahead and watch the second trailer that is out for Frozen 2. And it's about 2 minutes long, so both are about 2 minutes here. So let's go ahead and watch the very first trailer together. Oh yeah, I remember seeing that, and Elsa having that classic, again, braid on the side, and then all of a sudden it disappears and it then becomes a ponytail. And she's wearing pants, no shoes, and she just decides she's gonna just take a run right at the ocean. Like, those are some big waves. You don't mess around with those. And she's definitely very unsuccessful on her first attempt. So she goes at it again, which means she's obviously got somewhere to be. She's really quite motivated. So she's made it past the first wave. She's on to the second here. And then this is where I got really sad. I was like, who can survive that, first of all? And secondly, we have no idea what happens to Elsa after that. Very intense Kristoff and Sven. And then that of Anna made me pretty sad. New characters, obviously, as we just saw. Very quick blip of them, though. And we have no idea what land that is. Definitely not Arendelle. And this is where it throws me, guys. I think it's right here. Yep. Watch. Like, she's angry. Okay, so anyways, that is the first trailer. Now, I still sort of feel exactly the same about it. as I really felt the first time. Again, a lot of questions, a lot of holes, no idea what direction. So let's now go ahead right away and jump into the second trailer here. Now, please let it fill in those holes. I'm really excited about it, but again, I'm still a little bit worried. Okay, so it starts with Elsa at the ocean again. Okay, so they are showing some clips from the first trailer, so that's good. Please let us know she's okay. There she is. And she's conscious. Good. Whoa. What kind of magic was that? The past is not what it seems. Enchanted lands. Okay, so that's what it is. Oh my gosh. Oh, there are those crystals. Oh my gosh, what was that? Whoa. Okay, so that's the second trailer, guys. So right away, there were definitely a couple of things there that I noticed that I was actually kind of surprised about. Now, I guess we'll talk about sort of the first big thing there, which was pretty obvious, which was obviously Elsa running at the ocean and her falling in, and there was this horse, this magical water horse. Now, it did look pretty angry, but it didn't attack her. It looked like it was going to, and then it just disappears. She looks just as scared and confused as I was, for sure. What on earth was that? Okay, then moving on, obviously that was a big shock, and that obviously has something to do with maybe the ocean being so aggressive and stuff like that. But next we see Anna walking out of the balcony. That was from the first trailer, and there were all these like ice crystals, I guess they were, or at least that's what I thought they were. And I was like, why is that sort of happening? She looks very worried. Now, we did see where they came from. It came from Elsa. She's obviously reaching for something, and then she sort of just lets it all out. And whatever happens there, that's what creates those crystals. So my guess is that scene sort of probably should be like takes place first, and then naturally Anna running out and sort of seeing all that probably comes after that. Then after that, we go to the trolls. Now the trolls were a little bit surprising in what they said. Obviously, you know, they were worried about her powers being too much for this world, but now they're hoping that basically she's going to be the one to save it. So we definitely know that Elsa is going to be front and center again in this movie. It doesn't look like Anna is getting any powers by the sounds or looks of things. Now we see Elsa as a little girl, so I'm assuming we'll see another scene of that in the film. And then if you guys notice, we actually do see a very quick clip of Anna and Elsa's mom looking out at the window at the sky with some purple sort of lights going on, and that sort of is sort of that next clue to, oh my goodness, what does that mean? Is that the warning sign? Is that kind of what causes them years later to go out, leave the two girls obviously at the palace and go on their adventure, which they never come back from? And was it the horse's fault from underwater? Is that what sort of overtook their ship? We don't know. We want to put a little bit of a positive spin here on that horse that we did see in the ocean. Maybe take that horse not actually doing anything to Elsa and sort of leaving her alone, maybe taking that as a positive thing. The next scene where we see that horse jumping, Elsa seems quite happy and really blown away, but then it kind of hits the ground and turns into these walking, I don't know, they look like rock beasts. I don't know what exactly they are, but they kind of look terrifying. I think that was something that stood out to me, that it's possible that the past really has something to do with these, and maybe they are sort of what creates the biggest threat, not just to Arendelle, but possibly the entire world. So then I just really think that kind of leads me to the next thing of, we see again, those leaves are really a part of maybe even that horse, and it brings in these other two children that we really don't know anything about. Now, at first I thought the mischievous look on that girl's face, I thought maybe she was the one that sort of did it to her brother or something like that. Maybe they're even relatives of Kristoff for all we know, because we really don't know that much about Kristoff. We know very little about him and his backstory, except he was raised by the rock trolls. So maybe it is possible that there is some sort of correlation between obviously Kristoff maybe and that boy at the very least, because kind of looks a little bit like Kristoff. We don't get a very good look at him. Then we at least now know about those magical lands. So that is sort of what they have to be able to cross to get to their destination, because they're trying to go north, right? So that is sort of, I guess, where the forest sort of gets incorporated into all of this. Now, it does look like there is some sort of separation between obviously Elsa and Anna. Now, Anna appears to be with Olaf, but there is a section of time that we see Elsa and Olaf together. So maybe that is sort of where there's some sort of reunion between the two of them. But anyways, we do see Anna and Olaf, and they go off of a waterfall, and it looks absolutely terrifying. Now, that is sort of where we get that look of Anna being super sad, curled up, cold, by herself. Now, maybe that is sort of where Anna and Olaf get separated. That fall, maybe that's something that happens that, again, separates the two of them. Or maybe something actually happens to Olaf, and then we need Elsa to maybe, bring him back to life. I don't exactly know the whole story with that, obviously, but Anna has to continue on to find her sister. That takes us into that scene that I was talking about with Olaf and Elsa. Now, they are surrounded by what looks like purple flames or steam. They're in this forest. So I think that now it tells us a lot that, it's not Anna's powers going out of control. Because again, that alienation, I sort of thought with Anna, I thought, oh, maybe from the first trailer, I thought maybe that means that Anna's powers now are out of control, and maybe that is like there's some prophecy that maybe would be, the end of Elsa or something, or the defeat of the Frozen Queen or something like that. But it doesn't appear to be that way at all. So I think Anna is going to be left without powers, and I think that's sort of where it's going to stay. Now, we do see the entire forest sort of like go up in these, again, I'm going to call them purple flames. And then there is a very quick scene, and will be the last thing that I talk about here, but where Kristoff comes out of nowhere and grabs Anna. Now, if we look really carefully, we can see Elsa is actually tucked in, like way, way in the distance. She looks like she's on her hands and knees. Maybe she's even defeated. I'm not quite sure what happens there, but obviously Anna is worried about her sister, and Kristoff comes and scoops her up. Now, I can imagine Anna is not very happy about that, but I think this is going to be probably a really very dramatic, a really big turning point in the film. But again, we are going to have to wait and see. I really cannot wait for this movie to come out. I think it's actually going to be amazing. I think that second trailer filled in a lot of those holes, makes me feel a lot more confident about sort of the direction of the Frozen 2 movie. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed my live reaction to the two trailers, sort of my input on what direction I think the storyline now is going to go. And if you did enjoy it, make sure you give it a big Mickey thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe and hit that bell for post notifications. So thanks for watching, and we will see you guys for the next video. Bye!